Hey y'all, how you doing? How you been? I'm sitting here playing in my this MAC touch-up stick I found, trying to cover up my nose. I don't know if it makes a difference. Anyway, I'm just sitting here thinking about my kids, and I want to start a tag. I'm never, I ain't gonna say never, but I haven't come across a tag with us talking about our kids. I don't mean anything personal, you know, we're trying to keep our kids out of our YouTube live, but we give each other so much advice on makeup and other stuff. I was thinking of, what about giving each other advice on raising your kids? Again, I'm not going to tag anyone specifically. Whoever sees this tag and have kids, no matter what age they are, if you have any good advice that you can offer another parent, I think that is lovely. And I'm going to start off by I thought of 3 things on the top of my head, but I wrote them down so I won't forget. But the first thing I want to say to all the parents out there, you know, whether you're a single parent or not or whatever, I am married and I do have 2 kids. My son is 20, he's in the Navy, and my daughter is 9. She'll be 10 next week. But one of the things I want to say is teach your kids before someone else does. And what I mean by that is, I'm going to elaborate on my daughter for right now. She was coming home from school. Keep talking about this other girl named Elizabeth, you know, Elizabeth wear this, Elizabeth wear that. I want to wear what she wear. I'm like, you know, you can't wear what Elizabeth wear, you know, what are you talking about? My daughter, I caught her, well, of course, I, you know, watching what she puts on in the morning before she goes to the school bus. She was so intent on wearing just a regular t-shirt that came, you know, right at the top of her behind, and tights, you know, tights that goes under dresses or skirts or shorts. Tights for a 9-year-old. She wanted to just wear the tights to school and just a t-shirt. I'm like, no ma'am, that is not age appropriate for you. You don't wear stuff like that. What Elizabeth wearing, Elizabeth this. I said, I don't know or care about, well, they ain't gonna say care, but I'm like, Lauren, that is not appropriate. I don't know what her mom is doing, or she's not watching her get ready for school. I don't know what's going on in that household, but that is not appropriate. For a whole week, she kept on trying to, you know, wear that outfit to school. So I basically told her, right? At first I just kept saying no, you're not wearing it. And I finally had to tell her that's not appropriate. And she was like, really? I'm like, no. Just because somebody else is wearing it, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to wear that. You know, and again with my daughter, you know, she see me doing my nails and she see me doing all kind of stuff. So she stare at me, you know, and she want to wear nails. That's why I've been buying her the press-on nails. I told her, you can wear press-on nails to play around the house. But you're only 9, baby girl. You don't do what mommy do. You know, acrylics, come on. You can't, no, I'm not going to put that on your nails. You know. She didn't know. She thinks that, you know, she can do what I do. I constantly tell her, I'm an adult. You're not. You can't do that. You know, just another thing I had with her, it's been a couple of years now. She was so obsessed with long hair. This was before her hair started to grow. Like maybe 3 years ago. She was just, you know, when she go to school, it's, you know, mostly, you know, people of another color. Hispanics, whites, whatever. So she didn't understand how come my hair didn't grow down to her behind. How come my hair didn't grow down to the middle of her back like her friends, you know. And I had to break it down to her that hair does not make you beautiful. But she didn't understand that. But I want hair like them. And I had to tell her again, you know, it's all in your genes. And she didn't know what that meant. So I had to, you know, explain to her that genes, you know, what I'm made up of and what my parents, you know, what they make up, you know, how they were made up. That determines what kind of hair you will have. So she finally understood. Well, it took me a while. It took me a long time to get her to understand about hair. To the point where I had to cut all of my hair off to show her that it's okay to have short hair. Hair grows back. And that was when I was, no, my hair was long. When I grow my hair, it grows to my shoulders. So I went to work and everybody was like, oh my God, I can't believe you cut your hair. I'm like, why? You know, it grows back. And I did it for a point, to show my daughter that, you know, whether I have hair or not, long or short, you know, I'm fortunate enough that my hair would grow back if I wanted to. And I told her, you know, you only, at the time I think she was like maybe 7 or 8, I had to tell her that, you know, you're still young. What are you, you know, rushing for? You're going to have hair one day because you're lucky enough, you know, to have a mommy. You know, they have long hair and a daddy, you know, grandparents or whatever. And now it's to her shoulders and I can't do anything with it. So, you know, teach your kids stuff like that. You know, they don't have to go and another thing, she saw somebody her age with some damn weave in their hair. Yeah, y'all heard me. Weave. Not braids. They had some weave put in their hair. So she asked for that. And I'm like, okay, Lauren, no, that's not what you that's not how you do it. Wait till your hair grow. You're only 9 years old. Or back then she was 8 or 7. So I'll just teach your kids, you know, life lessons like that, you know. Another thing that came to my mind was listen and believe your kids. When I say that, I mean if something is going on in school, say for instance, when my son, I think he was like 6 or 7 back then, we lived on the, I ain't gonna say rough part of time before we got our house, but you know, we lived in a bad school district. I'm not gonna call him out, but we lived in a bad school district. So he kept coming home with B's and not B's. He kept coming home with F's and bad grades every day, to the point my husband would beat his ass almost every day. You know, just spanking him or whatever. You know, what's going on? He kept, Dad, I'm not doing anything. It's not me. So, you know, my husband like, oh, you lying to me now? So you're going to get a whipping for lying. So, you know, we had to sit down and figure out, okay, something is going on at that school, because we know our son. We know how we raised him. We know he's been getting good grades before, so something is going on. So my husband took off, excuse me, y'all. My husband took off work and went to visit his teacher in the class. Poor lady about to have a heart attack. She had so many kids in her class. She was overwhelmed with kids to the max. She had too many that she's supposed to have. I forgot how many kids was in her class, my husband said, but it was mostly boys. They was running around, one behaving. And she explained to my husband that she was overwhelmed with kids. She was over the limit that she should have legally, but she didn't have a choice. So when she tell them to do something and they didn't do it, the whole class got a bad grade. Cause she couldn't keep up with who was doing what, so she would give the class a bad grade every day. So my husband had to go up there and talk to her about that, and so she finally changed her scoring system. So again, if your kid constantly telling you, you know, something is, I'm not doing it, it's not me, no, take off and go to their school and see what's going on, because they could be telling you the truth. You know, it's probably not them. And third thing, really quick, assume your kids don't know anything, because they probably don't. Another thing I constantly think about was when my son he was really young. I think he was like maybe 5 or 6 or whatever. He would be outside playing, so I would tell him to go in the house and wash his hands. He thought that washing his hands was washing his hands. Here, he was going to the stove, do that, come out and ready to eat. I'm like, you didn't wash your hands? Yes, I did. I'm like, you lying to me? I see dirt, but I washed my hands. He didn't understand that washing his hands was washing the backside of his hands, you know, up in here, wherever he had dirt at. He would go in the bathroom, just get so really quick, y'all, and just wash his hands like that, and try to come eat dinner with dirt on the back of his hands, on his arms. And I remember that day, because he said, but Mom, you didn't say wash my arms. So, you know, you have to teach your kids, you know, small stuff, because again, you know, you're the teacher. And they don't assume they should know something. They probably don't. And once you break it down and explain it to them, you're going to see the light in their eyes, like, oh, okay, well, now I understand. So, whoever is watching this video, if you have kids, if you would like to share some life experience that will help another parent, please join in and post your video response to this video. Y'all have a good weekend. I'm out of here. Holla.